What if the secret to living longer was sitting right inside your morning cup? Welcome to Elder Secrets, where age-old wisdom meets modern science. In today's episode, we uncover the powerful drinks that people over 90 swear by to kickstart their day and their longevity. Let's explore what's really worth sipping for a longer, healthier life.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at something most of us do every single morning, almost on autopilot, reaching for that first drink. But what if that simple act, that habit, actually holds, well, some serious power for living a longer, healthier life? We're going to cut through the noise today, dive deep into the science behind what you sip first thing.
Exactly. And this isn't just guesswork. We're grounding this deep dive in, decades of solid research, big global studies, and maybe most importantly, observations from places like the blue zones, where people live exceptionally long and healthy lives. So our mission today is really to explore the science, see what these incredibly healthy populations are doing in the morning, and give you practical things you can actually use, maybe starting tomorrow.
Okay, let's unpack that first bit. Why the morning? Why is that time specifically so important for longevity? What's going on in our bodies right when we wake up?
Well, when you wake up, your body's in a really unique state, metabolically speaking. You've basically been fasting for, say, 8, maybe 12 hours. Your cortisol levels are naturally hitting their peak. That's what helps you feel alert. And your cells, they're sort of primed, ready to absorb nutrients. Researchers sometimes call this the metabolic window. Think of it like a short but really critical period where your body's kind of doors are open wide. Whatever you consume right then can have this outsized impact.
The metabolic window idea. Wow. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Like, what are we missing if we don't optimize that? So it's not just what we drink, but the timing. I remember reading about Dr. Sachidananda Panda's work, emphasizing that timing is just as critical.
Precisely. During that window, your liver's active, processing things. Your gut microbiome is waking up, ready for beneficial compounds. Your cardiovascular system is gearing up. It's when strategic nutrition can really land with maximal effect. And what's fascinating is how many of these longevity compounds work together, synergistically. Don't think of them as individual actors, more like a team. Their combined effect is, well, much bigger than the sum of its parts. One compound might activate a pathway, and then that triggers a whole cascade, like dominoes falling, but for good health. Antioxidants cutting inflammation, which helps the heart, improves circulation, supports the brain. Even sleep and hormones, it's all connected, deeply.
That's powerful stuff. Okay, so if we want to leverage this metabolic window, this morning opportunity, where do we start? What are the drinks? And I guess the obvious place to begin is what people often call the elixir of life green tea. Huge in Okinawa, right? The daily ritual there.
Absolutely. Green tea is a cornerstone, and the magic mostly comes down to EGCG, epigallocatechin gallid. Think of EGCG as like your body's cellular bodyguard. It doesn't just reduce inflammation, it actively neutralizes that sort of cellular rust that builds up. It protects cells from the inside out, an internal anti-aging shield almost. And the studies are pretty compelling. People regularly drinking, say, 3 to 5 cups a day, they've seen links to maybe a 26% lower risk of dying from cardiovascular disease and an 11% lower risk of death from any cause.
Wow, those are not small numbers. Is it just EGCG, or are there other players in green tea contributing?
Good question. L-theanine is another crucial one. It's an amino acid, and it works really well with the caffeine in green tea. It gives you this sustained, kind of calm energy. None of those jitters you sometimes get with caffeine alone. It's not just waking you up. It seems to enhance cognitive function, sharpen focus, maybe even protect against neurodegenerative diseases down the line. There was that big Osaki study in Japan. Over 40,000 adults followed for 11 years, the ones drinking 5 or more cups daily. They had the lowest risk of dying from any cause. For women, it was a huge 23% reduction. For men, 12%.
That's really striking. And beyond the brain benefits, does it do anything else metabolically, maybe?
It does. The catechins, including EGCG, can actually boost fat oxidation, maybe by up to 17%. So it helps your body burn stored fat more efficiently for energy during the day. Now, quality matters here. You want organic whole leaf tea if possible, those standard tea bags, often lower grade tea dust, and some might even leach microplastics. Not ideal. And if you want to really concentrate those benefits, matcha is the way to go. It's the whole leaf, powdered, takes it to another level.
Okay, speaking of popular drinks, coffee. It's everywhere. A global ritual. But the longevity research seems, well, a bit mixed. A double-edged sword. How do we make sense of it?
Yeah, it's definitely complex, but there's actually quite a bit of good news, maybe surprisingly. Multiple huge studies consistently show coffee drinkers tend to live longer, like the NIH AARP study over 400,000 people, 13 years, found that 4 to 5 cups daily was linked to a 12% lower death risk for men and 16% for women. Coffee's packed with antioxidants, especially chlorogenic acids. They fight inflammation, protect cells from damage. It might also protect against things like type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's, maybe even some cancers.
You mentioned cellular benefits earlier. Does coffee tie into things like autophagy? That cellular cleanup process we know is so important.
Ah, yes. That's where it gets really interesting. Autophagy, your body's way of recycling old, damaged cell parts, it naturally slows down as we age. Coffee seems to actually help stimulate it, keep that vital process running. But, and this is a big but, the benefits seem to top out around 4 cups a day. Go too far, and you get the downsides. Anxiety, messed up sleep, elevated cortisol, and chronic high cortisol. That can unfortunately speed up aging.
Right, so it's not just drink coffee. It's about being smart about it. Moderation, even with something we love. Many probably think more is better, don't they?
Exactly. It's easy to fall into that mindset.
So it's not just the coffee itself, but how and when you drink it. What are the key tips for optimizing it for longevity?
Precisely. Quality and timing, those are paramount. Drinking it first thing, right when you wake up. Probably not ideal. Your natural cortisol is already peaking then, giving you a boost. Piling caffeine on top can just create extra stress. Try waiting, maybe 90 minutes, even 2 hours after waking before that first cup. Let your natural rhythm settle first. And choose organic, single-origin beans if you can. Fewer pesticides, more beneficial compounds. Critically, skip the sugar. It negates so many benefits. If you need sweetness, maybe a tiny bit of raw honey or stevia, something that won't spike your blood sugar like crazy.
Okay. Before we get into more exotic-sounding elixirs, let's cover the absolute baseline, the foundation. Something so basic we probably just ignore it half the time. Water.
You hit on something truly fundamental there. Hydration. It sounds so simple, but its impact on aging and health is honestly massively underestimated. As we get older, our body's water content naturally drops. A newborn might be 78% water, but for the elderly, it can be down to 50%. And when your cells get dehydrated, even slightly, everything suffers. Nutrient transport, waste removal, even cell structure. It leads to lower function, faster aging.
First thing in the morning, I mean, we haven't had any for hours. Our bodies must be basically desperate for it.
Right.
Rehydration seems critical then.
Exactly. Your cells are like little sponges after a long dry spell, ready to soak it up. But water quality is a big deal. Tap water can have chlorine, fluoride, other chemicals. These can cause oxidative stress. And plastic bottles. They can leach endocrine disruptors. Not good. The best solution often isn't fancy bottled water, it's a good home filtration system. One that removes contaminants but keeps the beneficial minerals. Some people even add a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt for electrolytes, especially if they sweat at night.
What about the temperature? Warm water, cold water?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Well, the direct longevity research isn't totally clear on one perfect temperature, but many traditional systems like Ayurveda or Chinese medicine often recommend room temperature or slightly warm water in the morning. The idea is it's gentler on your digestion, helps wake things up, maybe improve circulation a bit. Quantity-wise, a good target is maybe 16 to 20 ounces right when you wake up, before anything else. It rehydrates you, gets the metabolism going gently, sets the stage.
Now let's loop back to green tea, but specifically that more potent version you mentioned, matcha. It sounds like it deserves its own focus as, what do you call it, the ultimate expression of green tea's power.
It really is. Matcha is unique because it's made from shade-grown leaves, then stone ground into this fine powder. This means you're consuming the entire leaf, not just an infusion, so it's incredibly concentrated. 1 cup of good ceremonial-grade matcha might have the antioxidant equivalent of, say, 10 cups of regular green tea, and that crucial EGCG. Up to 137 times more. It's remarkable.
And that shade growing process, that boosts the L-theanine too, right?
Yeah.
Giving you that calm alertness without the jitters.
Exactly. Significantly higher L-theanine. So you get the focus from the caffeine, but it's smooth, no crash. And from a longevity standpoint, its antioxidant power is just off the charts. Its ORIC score, that's the scientific measure of free radical fighting ability, is huge, over 1,300 units per gram. Just for comparison, it's way higher than even superfoods like blueberries or pomegranates. It's a true powerhouse. Studies link it pretty consistently to better cardiovascular health, sharper cognitive function, improved metabolism, better insulin sensitivity.
And there's that whole ritual aspect to preparing it too. That mindfulness piece must have benefits itself, right? Reducing stress.
Absolutely. The traditional Japanese tea ceremony is all about mindfulness, presence, gratitude. Practices we know scientifically reduce stress, so it's not just the drink, it's the calming act of preparing it. When you're buying matcha, look for ceremonial grade. That's the highest quality, vibrant, green, smoother taste. And organic is definitely recommended.
Okay, next up, let's explore something really potent for inflammation. Turmeric golden milk, an ancient Ayurvedic drink that's getting a lot of modern attention.
It really is, and for good reason. Turmeric's star compound is curcumin. It's one of the most researched anti-inflammatory compounds out there. Science now talks about inflammaging, this idea that chronic low-level inflammation is a major driver of aging and almost all AIDS-related diseases. Curcumin doesn't just fight inflammation, it seems to activate longevity genes, the ones involved in cellular repair, regeneration. Some studies even show it can extend lifespan in organisms, partly by mimicking pathways activated by caloric restriction, a known anti-aging strategy.
But there's a catch with curcumin, right? I've heard it's kind of hard for the body to actually use. Absorption issues.
That's spot on. Curcumin on its own is notoriously difficult to absorb, which is why the traditional golden milk recipes are so brilliant. They usually include black pepper. Black pepper contains piperine, and that compound can boost curcumin absorption by, believe it or not, up to 2,000%. 2,000%. And since curcumin is fat-soluble, adding a healthy fat source like coconut milk in the recipe helps even more. So a typical recipe has turmeric, black pepper, often ginger for more anti-inflammatory power and digestive help, maybe cinnamon for blood sugar, and that fat source. Having this in the morning gives you sustained energy without caffeine, plus a powerful bioavailable dose of anti-inflammatories right when your system is ready for them.
Moving to something maybe a bit more substantial, bone broth. You hear about it a lot now. It sounds ancient, like one of humanity's oldest foods. Why is it relevant for longevity today?
It is ancient, and it offers nutrients that are often missing or at least scarce in our modern diets, but they're crucial for healthy aging. The long, slow cooking process breaks down bones and connective tissues. This releases things like collagen, gelatin, amino acids like glycine and proline. Collagen, for instance, it's the most abundant protein in your body. Gives structure to your skin, bones, muscles, tendons, blood vessels, everything. As we age, our collagen production naturally drops off. That contributes to wrinkles, joint pain, weaker bones. Drinking bone broth gives your body the direct building blocks it needs to help maintain those structures.
And glycine, you hear that called a longevity amino acid. Special about glycine.
It really is key. Glycine, which is abundant in bone broth, plays a big role in fundamental processes for longevity. Things like liver detoxification, improving sleep quality, cellular repair. It's also essential for making glutathione, often called the body's master antioxidant, hugely important for fighting cell damage. Plus, bone broth provides minerals like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus in a form that's really easy for your body to absorb. Great for bone health, your nervous system, enzyme function. If you make it at home, try using grass-fed bones. Add a splash of apple cider vinegar that helps pull out the minerals, and cook it low and slow, 12, maybe 24 hours. Though good quality powders and ready-made broths are available too if you're short on time.
Okay, besides the caffeinated options, nature gives us this huge range of herbal teas. Caffeine-free choices. What are some standouts for longevity?
Oh, the world of herbal teas is fantastic for this. So many options. Take white tea. It's kind of the quiet achiever. It's the least processed true tea, picked young, handled minimally. This means it keeps an incredible amount of potent antioxidants. Some research suggests these specific compounds are unusually good at protecting our DNA, like a shield against that daily wear and tear of aging. Then there's Rhubarbe's red bush tea, caffeine-free, from South Africa, rich in unique antioxidants like asparagine and quercetin. These seem to help with blood sugar regulation, heart health, DNA protection. Hibiscus tea, that tart, red tea, another antioxidant powerhouse. Studies consistently link it to lower blood pressure, better liver health. And ginger tea. We mentioned ginger in golden milk. Its active compound, gingerol, is great against inflammation, helps digestion, and might even protect against age-related cognitive decline. You can even get creative and make your own blends, right? Targeting specific goals. Ginger for digestion, hibiscus for heart health, rhubarb for minerals, like a personalized natural pharmacy in a cup.
I love that idea, a personalized morning potion. Now let's take a trip mentally to the Mediterranean. Famous for longevity. They have this really simple morning ritual, apparently, with olive oil and lemon water. What's the science there?
Yes, that's a traditional practice in some long-lived areas like parts of Italy and Greece. Often it's simply warm water, fresh lemon juice, and maybe a tablespoon of high-quality extra virgin olive oil. The EVOO extra virgin olive oil is key. It's packed with healthy monounsaturated fats and powerful antioxidants. One called oleocampol actually has anti-inflammatory effects similar to ibuprofen. Having it first thing on an empty stomach might maximize absorption. And those healthy fats can support hormone production, things like growth hormone.
And the lemon, what does that add to the mix?
Lemon juice brings vitamin C, of course, but also citrus flavonoids, compounds that support liver detox pathways. Plus, the citric acid can help enhance nutrient absorption later in the day and might even help prevent kidney stones. So together, the olive oil and lemon create this simple but potent tonic. Good for liver function, sustained energy, concentrated antioxidants right at that optimal morning time. Quality is absolutely crucial here, though. It needs to be real high-quality, cold-pressed EVOO, not just any generic olive oil.
Okay, for people looking for a more modern way to get a concentrated plant boost, green smoothies are super popular. But how do you make a green smoothie truly longevity-focused and not just, a sugary fruit drink?
That's the key distinction, isn't it? Balance and intention. A longevity-focused smoothie really emphasizes the greens. Low-sugar vegetables like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, cucumber, celery, maybe even zucchini. These are loaded with folate, magnesium, a whole spectrum of antioxidants. Things that directly support DNA repair, cellular energy, protection against oxidative stress. Then for the fruit component, you keep it limited and smart. Low sugar, high antioxidant choices are best. Berries are fantastic. Blueberries, raspberries for those anthocyanins, good for brain and heart health. Avocado is a great addition too. Healthy fats, potassium, fiber, helps with fullness and absorbing nutrients.
And then you can layer in those superfood boosters, right?
Exactly. Things like spirulina or chlorella add complete protein and unique detoxifying antioxidants. Chia seeds, flax seeds bring omega-3s and fiber for gut health. A little fresh ginger or turmeric can add an anti-inflammatory kick. For the liquid base, maybe coconut water for electrolytes, unsweetened almond milk for healthy fats, or just plain water works fine. But a really crucial point for longevity is managing blood sugar impact. Even from fruit, smoothies can lead to a fast sugar spike. So adding protein powder or healthy fats like avocado or nut butter, or even a fiber supplement like psyllium husk can really slow down that sugar absorption, gives you more stable, sustained energy.
We know gut health is just fundamental for longevity. Immune system, neurotransmitters, inflammation. It all seems to connect back to the gut. So what about fermented drinks in the morning? Can they help build that connection?
That gut longevity connection is becoming clearer all the time. Your gut microbiome really is deeply involved in almost everything. Immune response, mood, inflammation levels throughout the body. Its health is critical. Starting your day with fermented drinks can be a powerful way to support that microbiome. Kefir, for example. It's a fermented milk drink, usually has a wider variety of probiotic strains than yogurt. Plus protein, B vitamins, all contribute to better immune function, lower inflammation, supporting healthy aging from the gut outwards. And there's water kefir too, for those avoiding dairy. Similar probiotic benefits. Kombucha fermented tea gives you tea's antioxidants plus probiotics, but you have to be careful with commercial ones. Lots of hidden sugar. Homemade or very carefully chosen low-sugar brands are much better. Other additional options. Things like Beet Fast offers unique probiotics plus nitrates good for cardiovascular health. Or fermented coconut water electrolytes plus beneficial bacteria. The key with all fermented foods and drinks is probably moderation and quality, and making sure they're part of a diet that's also rich in prebiotic fibers, the food that actually feeds those good gut bacteria.
This has been absolutely fascinating, diving into all these specific drinks. But like we've touched on, it's not just what you drink, it's the how and the when. Let's maybe focus now on optimizing these choices, the timing, the overall strategy.
Yes, reinforcing the when and how is so important to really get the maximum benefit. A really smart approach starts simple. Plain water first, rehydrate, gently wake up the digestive system, then maybe wait 15-30 minutes before having your chosen longevity drink, whether it's green tea, golden milk, whatever. That allows for better uptake during that metabolic window. If you like having multiple beneficial drinks, space them out. Maybe water first, then green tea, then perhaps a smoothie an hour or so later as part of breakfast. And listen to your body. Consider your individual needs. How sensitive are you to caffeine? Do you need more protein in the morning? Any specific sensitivities? Temperature can play a role too, as we mentioned. Warm drinks might aid digestion for some, while certain compounds, maybe in smoothies, might be better preserved cooler. It's about finding your rhythm.
And finally, let's talk quality and sourcing one more time. I mean, if we're aiming for real, long-term longevity benefits, the source of these ingredients must be paramount, right?
Absolutely paramount. The The benefits we've been discussing, they really hinge on the quality of what you're consuming. Generally, look for organic certification whenever possible. Avoids pesticides, other unwanted chemicals. For teas, go for whole leaf from sources you trust. Steer clear of conventional tea bags, lower quality potential microplastics. Coffee, single origin, specialty grade beans often offer more complexity and antioxidants. Medium roasts tend to strike a good balance. Spices like turmeric. Fresh root is great if you can get it, but high quality organic powders from reputable brands are good too. Look for ones that haven't been irradiated. And water, again, investing in a good home filter is usually better than relying on bottled water. Less plastic waste, fewer microplastics potentially leaching in. It's about building that clean foundation from the ground up.
Wow. What an incredible journey through the science, the traditions, the practicalities of morning drinks for longevity. As we wrap up this deep dive, it feels really clear, doesn't it? There's no single magic bullet drink. It's more about the compound effect, the synergy of making small, consistent, smart choices over time.
That really is the core message, I think. These drinks, whether it's ancient wisdom like green tea or golden milk, or modern approaches like carefully crafted smoothies, they all offer unique, science-backed ways to support healthy aging. The real key is finding what genuinely resonates with you, what fits your lifestyle, your tastes, your specific health needs and goals.
So the encouragement for you listening is maybe start simple. Pick just one or two drinks from this list that really appeal to you. Try incorporating them consistently for, say, a few weeks. And really pay attention. How do you feel? Notice your energy, your digestion, your overall sense of well-being, those subtle shifts. Then maybe gradually experiment with others. Build your own personalized morning longevity ritual.
And always remember, these drinks work best when they're integrated into a bigger picture, a holistic approach to healthy aging. That includes regular movement, finding ways to manage stress, getting enough good quality sleep, and focusing on a nutrient-dense diet filled with whole, unprocessed foods.
Those morning hours, they really are this unique window of opportunity, aren't they? A chance to set the trajectory for your entire day and maybe even for the years ahead. Choosing drinks that actively nourish your cells, combat inflammation, support your body's repair systems, it's a real investment in your future self, an investment that could pay off massively in terms of healthy, vibrant years added to your life. The science is showing us that these small, consistent habits can have profound effects on health span and lifespan. Your morning drink ritual, it's not just a routine, it's potentially one of the simplest yet most powerful tools you have in your longevity toolkit. So the question we leave you with is, what will you choose to drink tomorrow morning? How will you invest in your future self, starting right then? That decision echoes far beyond just breakfast.